Yeah, so if he was pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
Oh, okay, I'm just asking. Floyd was pound for pound before.
That would have been a hard fight, though.
Man, me versus anybody, I'm going to always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
Terence Crawford recently responded to Floyd Mayweather's bold statement that if they ever faced off in the ring, he would win. Crawford confidently stated that his skills, power, and ability to adapt would give him the advantage.
I didn't want them to fight. I really like both of those guys.
Yeah.
A lot. A lot. You know, I had a chance to hang around Earl. I had a chance to hang around Terence. And both guys, class act. It would look like I'm leaning towards one guy because I've boxed one guy before.
It was beautiful to watch, but also tough to watch to see what happened to Errol. Obviously, we don't wish bad on, nobody.
The best man won. If I was training him or I was in his corner, I don't think he should be fighting at 147 at all. I don't even think he should be fighting at 154.
Really?
I think he should be fighting at 160 or 168.
Wow.
That's just my honest opinion.
Floyd Mayweather has made it clear that he's not interested in fighting either Terence Crawford or Errol Spence Jr. in a recent interview. He shared that he simply doesn't like these two fighters. His comments surprised many in the boxing world, leaving fans to question his real reasons. Some think Mayweather avoids fights that wouldn't enhance his legacy or bring him money, while others believe he's already proven himself and doesn't need to fight younger opponents.
The second coming of Mayweather, y'all got the game fucked up. Mayweather actually didn't get hit. Bud gets hit by dudes that, who on Bud's resume is an equivalent of someone on Floyd's resume? So that's it right there. You know what I'm saying? Floyd not getting hit by elites, Bud getting hit by non-elites, and somehow y'all think Canelo not about to touch him.
Many analysts argue that Mayweather's career achievements far surpass those of Crawford. Mayweather has fought some of the biggest names in boxing, while Crawford's opponents haven't reached the same level of global fame. Despite Crawford's success in multiple weight classes, critics point out that he hasn't faced the high-profile opponents that Mayweather did.
Mayweather, though, is a legendary athlete. What makes a legendary athlete is the one who wants to compete. He's notorious for dodging fights when they should happen.
Floyd is so afraid to lose. He grew up in a different era. In the era that I grew up in, it was who was the best, and I will fight anybody, doesn't matter who's in my way.
Right.
Floyd's era, what he created was, we're not gonna lose. If you lose, then everything's messed up. So he wanted to win so bad until he would wait till the guys would be at the right time or weight or age or whatever, past their prime. He waited for the right time to go in there and do what he had to do. But he's a winner. He wants to win. So whatever it takes, not just in the ring, but outside the ring, he's going to win. He wanted to have the only person to have the O and leave out like that, with just having no loss.
That's killing boxing.
Shane Mosley, a former world champion, weighed in on Mayweather's dominance during his era. Mosley described Mayweather as a fighter who was careful about losing but always took on top opponents. He noted that Mayweather was selective with his fights, but his victories against the best set him apart as one of boxing's all-time greats. While Mosley acknowledged Mayweather's skills, defense, and fight IQ, he also pointed out that Crawford's style could have been a tough challenge for him. This sparked new discussions about how Crawford might have fared against a prime Mayweather.
Floyd is making it to where, I'm going to get your mama out this hood, but I'm going to have you on your knees crawling back to me. You feel me? You're going to have to get in where you fit in to really earn this bag the same way I did. But what I think was happening was I think that Floyd Mayweather Jr. was getting a little tad bit jealous of Tank. He saw the potential. He knew what dude was capable of. And when you got a fighter like Tank Davis, you don't put him in a position to take a L. You put him in a position to win every fight.
Crawford has also made claims about Mayweather allegedly using 4 fluids before his fight with Manny Pacquiao. Crawford suggested this was an illegal move, adding more controversy to Mayweather's legacy. Some boxing analysts have pointed out that IVs can sometimes be used to mask other substances or help with dehydration recovery. Mayweather's team denied any wrongdoing. stating the fluids were medically approved. However, Crawford's comments reignited debates about whether Mayweather had unfair advantages in his fights.
Listen, man, Floyd didn't fight him, and Floyd is an all-time great. But what a missed opportunity. You got Crawford going from 135 and talking about fighting Canelo at 168. It's kind of the same thing, except for Floyd fought a few times at 154. I'm not faulting Floyd for not fighting Triple G. I totally get it. I'm just saying that upper echelon, the reason why I will always have Sugar Ray Leonard over Floyd is the crazy, the insane part of it. What Terence Crawford is talking about doing, he ain't saying, let me meet Canelo at a catchweight. Canelo's undisputed there. Let me go get him.
You know, you guys was crazy about Triple G talking. Triple G was such, an unbelievable fighter. He's okay. I mean, straight up and down, no special effects. I mean, even at the age of 40. But I'm not looking forward to fighting Triple G, but that'd be easy.
Floyd has mentioned that if he were ever to fight you, he felt that it would be an easy fight because he feels you're kind of a rustic fighter. What's your reaction to that?
Yeah, he sucks so much.
Crawford's ability to move up through weight classes has shown his versatility as a fighter. He's expressed interest in facing Canelo Alvarez, something Mayweather never attempted. Although Mayweather defeated Canelo when he was younger and still improving, he never moved up to fight feared middleweight Gennady Golovkin. Crawford's willingness to challenge bigger opponents reflects his drive to leave a lasting legacy in the sport.
Fight because Terence Crawford is a good fighter, but in the sport of boxing, it has divisions. You know what I mean?
Right, weight classes.
You know what?
Right?
Yeah, weight classes
for a reason.
Weight classes and Terence Crawford is a good fighter in super lightweight, welterweight, super welterweight, but I think more. I remember when Terence Crawford fought with Madrimov.
Yes.
He looks slow. He looks with no power, and three more divisions. Two more divisions. I think it's a top fight for Terence Crawford, but Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He has a great defense. He has a good combination of punches, but I think the weight class is no good for him.
Devin Haney.
Boxing legend Juan Manuel Marquez has warned Crawford against moving up in weight to fight Canelo. He pointed out that weight classes exist for a reason, and that a fighter like Crawford, who is naturally a lightweight, may struggle against a super middleweight like Canelo. Known for his power, Canelo can break down larger opponents. While Marquez acknowledged Crawford's skills, he believes the size difference could be too much for Crawford to handle. Crawford, however, has dismissed these concerns, confident that his speed and technique will be enough to overcome Canelo's power.
Agree.
And he's hanging on to the Floyd Mayweather era. I mean, so hard, he choked out Terence Crawford. He's still talking about he in boxing. Terence Crawford couldn't have an era to himself. And if you put Terence Crawford against any opponent on Floyd's resume, who do you have favorite? Terence Crawford or one of Floyd's opponents?
Why does Ryan keep mentioning another?
No, I'm asking the question first. Do we got Terence Bud Crawford beating everybody on Floyd's resume?
No dropping it. Does Terence beat Floyd?
Huh?
Does Terence beat
Well, that's
Floyd?
what I was going to ask you after. Shit. You dig? I mean, it's an era where Terence was in the shadows of Floyd. And when Devin came along, there was no shadow that was big enough.
Devin Haney has also shared his thoughts on how Crawford would have matched up against Mayweather's past opponents. He mentioned that there was a time when Crawford was in Mayweather's shadow and suggested that if Crawford had fought the same opponents as Mayweather, the results might have been different. Some believe Crawford could have defeated some of Mayweather's past opponents, while others are not so sure.
Gervonta Davis or Shakur and Terence Crawford. I thought Tank could beat Shakur, and then the Lamont Roach fight happened, and I'm like, okay, I'm going back with Tank Shakur. Tank don't got enough. He doesn't have enough to offer. A fighter who gets hit the least versus a fighter who throws the least. This will probably be a very embarrassing night for Gervonta. He got outworked on the inside, where I think Shakur Stevenson is amazing defensively and offensively. He's just a better inside fighter, especially when inside the clinch. Like I said, I had Gervonta winning this one. Then the Roach fight showed me like he can't win 12-round fights. So I'm going to go Shakur. Now, Bud versus Floyd, a lot of people going to dismiss this because they just love Floyd Mayweather to death. But this is a really good bout. And I think it's quite simple. Anything past 36 years old, I'm going to go Terence Crawford. Assuming this fight is at welterweight. 147, that is. But anything under 147 and anything under the age of 36, I would have to go with Floyd. At 135, yeah, I think Floyd going to beat Bud pretty bad. And 140, yeah, Floyd going to beat him pretty bad. At 147, both at 36, Bud that fought Spence, I'm going to go Crawford. You guys let me know who's y'all picking these two fights.
Some experts believe that if Crawford and Mayweather fought at 147 pounds, Crawford could come out on top. They argue that Crawford's adaptability, power, and ability to switch stances would give Mayweather trouble. However, others disagree, pointing out that Mayweather's unmatched defensive skills and fight IQ would make him...
So I saw this on Instagram and I absolutely have to post this. This is crazy. So this guy says, not a hot take, Terence Crawford beats any version of Floyd Mayweather. Now, Terence Crawford is absolutely the best boxer in the world right now, and he's an all-time fighter. He's a legend. He's all of that, but he is not Floyd Mayweather. I don't know how you could say this is not a hot take. This is one of the hottest takes you could put out on the internet. And people have been saying this stuff about Floyd Mayweather for 20 years, and it's never happened. He's never lost. Floyd Mayweather is the best defensive boxer of all time, and I don't think he would allow Terence Crawford to get things going, and I think Floyd Mayweather would piece him up. Now, this is not to discredit Terence Crawford because he and every other fighter of all time is not on the level of Floyd Mayweather. Let me know what you...
Many people consider Crawford to be one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world today. However, he's often compared to Mayweather, with some thinking Crawford hasn't reached Mayweather's level yet. Mayweather retired with an undefeated record, while Crawford still has more fights ahead of him. Crawford has a chance to continue building his legacy and potentially surpass Mayweather's accomplishments.
There was some kind of crazy trash talk with Gervonta and Terence Crawford recently. And one of the things that I've always kind of noticed is most of the time, one of the things that's kind of off limits is families. Like you usually don't, you know.
I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, and so I wanted to kind of understand what your thoughts was about like some of those comments that was made. I think it was about Terence's wife. What, like in your mind, where? Because obviously, like you know, you've been in this sport.
I think Terence Crawford right now in the sport of boxing is the pound for pound best fighter in the sport of boxing right now. It's good to see him in the position that he's in. I think he has a beautiful family. I think he has a beautiful wife, a beautiful queen, a black queen, and there's nothing better than a black woman in this world. That's just my opinion.
Despite their rivalry, Floyd Mayweather has praised Terence Crawford. Recently, Mayweather acknowledged that Crawford is currently the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. This recognition is significant, especially coming from a legendary figure like Mayweather, and shows that he respects Crawford's skills and achievements.
Because he's used to people coming at him trying to hit him hard all the time. The only person that I see that I can kind of like equate to, and this I think Crawford would have the edge, is Castillo, when Castillo fought Mayweather the first time. And fights like that, Mayweather has problems with Crawford. Because Crawford hits hard, Crawford's very strong like I am. He has all the same long arms, like I said, southpaw right-handed, and he's coming to get you. He don't care about the Philly defense style, whatever style he don't care about that. He's trying to get you. And he's gonna make sure the combination is gonna be hit. So you have to either hurt Crawford and get some respect or something.
Shane Mosley has boldly stated that Mayweather would lose to Terence Crawford. He believes Crawford's power and relentless pressure will be too much for Mayweather to handle.
Weight classes, like once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down, so I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he's still got that kind of steam. But, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo have, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another. You know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we see how that panned out. You know what I mean? So
Mosley also highlighted Crawford's ability to adapt in the ring, which he believes makes Crawford a dangerous opponent for anyone. His comments sparked heated debates among boxing fans and analysts. Meanwhile, Sean Porter has raised concerns about Crawford fighting Canelo Alvarez. Porter believes Canelo's punching power is a major threat to Crawford and warned that stepping up to face such a powerful opponent could be risky for him.
So a lot of times I'm working in the gym, my hands be so fast, so I work with different size gloves, but most of the time when you see me on the bag, I make it look so light, I make it look so sweet. They be 16s. So that's what they be. So it shit come fast, you know. Shit come fast. Shit come fast. It make no much.
That's all for today's video. Stay tuned for the next one.